Don't start an AI business. If you're thinking about doing something with ChatGPT to make money, or selling some AI SaaS, or selling some chatbots or voice agents to dentists, don't. Because 90% of you are going to waste the next 12 months doing something, being on a hamster wheel, just to find out that it's outdated by next year. If you do what I'm about to show you, you won't start an AI business. You'll build an AI-assisted wealth engine. So here's the reality. Jobs are changing, jobs are getting replaced. Everyone's kind of scared about AI maybe taking away their office job or anything. And the crazy thing is it's going after white collar jobs. So, it's not just blue collar jobs that are at risk, it's white collar jobs. And that's really the scary part, because if you are a doctor, an engineer, a software engineer, especially, these jobs are getting replaced by AI. It's already starting to happen in some of the biggest companies. They're doing massive layoffs. The World Economic Forum expects that about 40% of businesses are going to implement AI in some capacity by 2030. And also a lot of the workforce, up to 22% of the workforce, is going to be laid off by 2030. That's just 4 years away. And so you should be thinking about, how is AI going to impact my potential job and what I do? And AI is going to replace massive roles in so many different types of positions. So if you have some ability to talk to people, this is an opportunity that you can take and actually use AI to your advantage to actually make money online in the simplest way that I found possible. A lot of agencies are failing right now. A lot of agencies are afraid of AI. They feel like AI is just going to replace them and like they're not going to be necessary. So a lot of them are pivoting to other things like selling SaaS products or going into some other way to make money online. And so it's opening this big door for people like you who maybe don't know what a marketing agency does or doesn't know how to run a marketing agency, and have an AI assisted agency where AI actually runs the work for you and does the work for you to make money, where clients pay me and my agency $3,000, $5,000, sometimes $10,000 per month for stuff that we're basically just letting AI take over. And the reality is that so many people, we polled over 16,000 people that bought some type of agency mastermind or course in the past. 81% of people never actually got one client. And that's a shame, because, it's kind of portrayed this whole picture of scammers, going out there and coaching people, because a lot of these scammers, what they do is they build an agency, they get to 10, 20, 30 grand a month, and then they immediately pivot to selling coaching programs for $5,000, $10,000 to people, and just teach them old, outdated strategies that aren't working anymore. And that's why 81% of people haven't made an actual sale from the agency courses that they bought. And a lot of people are pivoting to like AI SaaS or selling SaaS products, like Go High Level is the big one. They try to sell a Go High Level package with a few AI add-ons, and they try to get clients for $200, $300, $400, $500 per month. But that's also a nightmare. Think about it. If you had 200 clients who are, paying you $200 a month, you basically just started another job, and you're dealing with a lot of churn, and not many clients are willing to continue to pay that $200 per month. And you end up just having a churn factory and a lot of work for a little bit of revenue. So I'd much rather get paid $5,000 per month for my clients, where I only need 5 clients to get to $25,000 per month. And most of that is profit, probably 60 to 70%. So this is the biggest redistribution of leverage in modern business. Not to engineers, not to software developers, not to coders, to implementers. People who can actually learn how to put this business together and have AI assist them to provide a service to businesses that they're always going to want. Businesses are always going to want a way to save themselves money or make more money. And what we're doing is we're generating leads and appointments for business owners through AI assisting us so that they can make more money. One easy way to do it is just to run ads for a business run by AI that generate $5 for every $1 you spend. If you could show a business how they're going to make $5 for every $1 they spend with you, they're going to continue to pay for that service, even if they don't know how to do it, and even if AI is helping you, even if you don't tell them that AI is helping you. They just see you as an indispensable part of their business at that point, because you're providing a service that actually makes them grow. So, I want to break down the 3 dying models right now, why AI businesses are mostly failing, and most people looking into AI are failing. It's the AI SaaS resellers, the low ticket, $200 a month, $97 a month. There's high churn. And, just to make, let's say you're selling something for $100 a month, just to make $5,000 a month, which is like basically what people at Costco make. They're working full time, right? You need 50 clients, and that's just a nightmare to try to attain. It takes a long time. And it's just going to create a lot of churn in your business. Churn is when clients are canceling after you sign them up. So if they sign up for $100 a month, but they only stay for 3 months, that means every 3 months you have to be replacing all of your clients. And it's really not worth it unless you're getting paid high ticket. So I don't care if my clients churn after 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, because I'm getting paid $3,000 to $5,000 per month. And I can replace those clients faster because there's a smaller number of them. And that's how I've been able to do it in my AI assisted agency. So I'd much rather have 5 clients paying me $5,000 per month than 125 clients paying $200 per month. It's just a better business model overall. And then the second dying model right now is like one-trick AI ponies. Like these are one-trick ponies. They have like some AI tool that they're selling, like selling a chatbot or selling voice agents or selling some type of AI assistant of some kind. And it's not actually bringing about revenue change in their business. Like a big one right now is like AI SEO, like AI SEO management. The problem with SEO is that it takes way too long to get results. It takes people that are starting SEO for the first time 6 to 12 months before they even get their first momentum getting ranked. So that's way too long of a period of time to be paying a lot of money. So usually SEO companies have to lower their prices to be competitive, and it's not really worth it. You start going into that same realm of like the low ticket, to the point where you're charging $500 a month or $700 a month or something. It's not really moving the needle in their business. So I'd much rather get paid $5,000 per month or something that I can get them results for fast. Like within the first few weeks, they can get clients, they can get customers, they can get paid. And they're going to be more willing to pay me that $5,000 per month for something like that than $700 or $900 a month for an AI SEO tool. So these one-trick AI ponies are just focusing on one thing. Another one is like AI follow-up sequences, like following up with their old leads, through SMS text or AI voice agents. And the problem with this model is that you can only work with clients who have a lot of leads. They have a big list, because that's the only way you can get a database reactivation sequence is if they have a database. So it really lowers your potential client pool where you're only working with people who have a lot of leads. And so that makes it more difficult to find those people. I have a student who, he focused on gyms, and he can only work with gyms that have a lot of leads, that have a lot of customers, that have a lot of people on their list. And then he could reactivate some of those people to come back into the gym. It was always a nightmare for him because he can never find those gyms that have an endless list of previous customers or a big list of leads. So he actually ended up lowering his potential client pool so that he just decided, hey, I'm just going to pivot and just start selling, AI leads. Selling leads that were generated by AI. And he had way better success because he was able to open up to all fitness and personal coaches, fitness coaches, rather than just the ones who had a lot of leads. I mean, the third model that's really dying out right now is traditional agencies that do everything manually. They do custom reporting, they do paid ads, organic content, all these things where it requires a lot of video, a lot of creative output, where they can't really automate a lot of it. And these traditional agencies are dying on the vine. Agencies that build websites, agencies that, focus so much on delivery that they don't train their clients how to work leads and just get more customers. And this traditional agency model, I used to have it. And the reason why I ditched it was because it was way too cumbersome, really. It just got to the point where my agency was running me. It was like a job. I had 3 salespeople. I had 3 media buyers, account managers who were running the ads and doing all that stuff. And my salespeople would grossly overpromise to the clients, promising them results that were way out of like what was going to actually happen. And then my account managers, my media buyers, didn't know how to handle those complaints when the expectations weren't there and when the results actually came in. And we scaled to 300,000 per month. It just ended up being a job. I was going into the office every day with my media buyers, trying to manage campaigns and doing all these things manually. This was 6-7 years ago. And it just got to the point where it was just way overwhelming. And then the best thing happening, which is actually one of the worst days of my life, was like I came into the office, I opened my laptop, and Facebook had completely shut down our business. We ran pretty much everything on Facebook ads, and Facebook completely shut us down. They locked us out of all our accounts, and it wasn't at that time where there were a lot of resources to be able to get them back. So we lost pretty much all of our clients in a couple days, because we couldn't deliver results anymore. And we went from 300,000 a month down to 0. And I had to restructure my agency. So what I decided to do was move across the country. I moved to the West Coast and decided to go remote. This was before COVID. And I hired 3 more salespeople. So I went from 3 salespeople to 6 salespeople. And then I outsourced all of my advertising because I didn't want to handle in-house media buyers anymore. So I outsourced everything and just focused on building a sales company. We were a sales company first that just happened to sell digital marketing and leads and appointments. And so when we did that, we went from basically 0 to $2 million per month in 1 year. And we scaled massively. Then we built a call center in the Philippines and scaled from 2 million to 4 million per month 1 year after that. So I had this massive growth in my niche and I was in the solar energy niche. And then we were crushing it for probably about 3 or 4 years. I mean, there was a massive downturn in my niche where I went from 4 million per month down to 1 million per month. And I was like, I have way too many expenses. So I started researching AI at this point in 2023, trying to figure out how could I restructure my agency again. You know, I went from $300,000 to zero. I restructured my agency to focus on sales, referrals, upsells, just building a sales company and outsourcing all of the busy work that I didn't like. And that took me to 4 million per month. But then I had to figure out, okay, how can I cut expenses now? Because I have this big agency. I have 50 employees, 250 overseas, so 300 people that I'm responsible for. But I've got to start cutting costs because I went from 4 million per month down to 1 million per month. So I had to figure out something. And so I started researching AI. How can I fire my media buyers who I was paying $150,000 a month to and just automate it through AI? How could I automate my setting process so I wasn't setting appointments anymore with people in the Philippines or people in the States, selling people in my niche, and just automate that with AI? So I was able to figure that out, and I was able to cut expenses massively. And it took our profit margins from like 16% on 4 million a month up to like 50 to 60% on 1 million a month, which basically kind of brought me to the point where I was at the same level of profit at the end of the day. And it was just by automating a lot of these agency aspects with AI. And so now I'm teaching beginners how to do this. And it's amazing because beginners are getting results immediately because they don't need to be experts in marketing. They don't need to be experts in paid ads. They don't need to be experts in sales. I have an AI assistant sales engine that will actually help you make these sales, know exactly what to say on the calls live. So you can actually close clients at $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per month, paying you every single month. So in this series, I'm going to go through all of these different adjustments I made to my agency over the last 3 years to be able to automate a lot of it with AI. So now I call it an AI assisted agency, or a business run by AI, that the clients don't really know that AI is running most of it. They just want results. They just want leads. They just want appointments. They just want customers. They want new sales. And I'm able to provide that with an infrastructure that's mostly built on AI. So I only need a small team of salespeople now to be able to run this massive agency. And a lot of the overwhelm and a lot of the struggle with managing big departments is now solved because AI has replaced most of it. And it's going to be a while before business owners figure out how to implement all of these things with AI. They're still going to need experts to be able to do it. And that's where you come in. You don't have to be an expert yet. You can have AI be your expert for you and run your business on autopilot. So in my next video, I want to break down one of the first tools that I use to automate some of the paid advertising part of it. So I'm going to show you how my paid ad software will actually run your ads for you where you don't have to be an expert. And I'll go into that in the next video. So make sure you like, subscribe, watch my videos, check out my Instagram feed at @Feola. And I would love to be able to meet with you. Come to one of my free trainings where I unveil this whole thing, and you can learn more about my mastermind where I don't charge much for complete beginners to be able to implement stuff in this business and start this business from scratch. If you're worried about AI replacing your potential job, or you're thinking about how can I make money online, this is by far the greatest advancement in agencies that I've ever seen, where now beginners can just plug into my done for you system and have a business in a box, basically providing these results for customers for them. And so I'll see you on the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe, check out some of my stuff, come on one of my free trainings. I'd love to meet you and show you how this business can change your life like it did mine. Take care.